started Fred because we were at the stage of our work together, which had been working with individual companies to help them develop their leaders and trying to figure out, gee, is there a way to have a bigger impact on the quality of leadership in the world than just working with individual companies? And the idea of having a forum where we would bring together people who were responsible for developing leaders. By working with 50 or 60 people who were in individual companies, we would be able to have a much bigger impact in a shorter period of time than just working with one company at a time.
You know, I think about the fact that we could invite who we wanted to. You know, as a consultant, you typically respond to a request, whereas we could send out invitations and create kind of a chemistry or a mix of the people that we really wanted to be with. It would inspire us, but also I think collectively that would have some chemistry that could probably be bigger than the sum of its parts.
And I think part of what we were trying to do was address the need for improving leadership, because I think in a lot of ways we and a lot of other people were kind of disgusted with what we saw in leadership, whether it was leaders in government or leaders in education or leaders in corporations. You know, what could we do to make a difference?
You know, I think about, and I won't get the quote exactly right, but Margaret Mead talked about, you know, don't be dismissive of what a small group of people can do to change the world. Indeed, it's always been small groups of people. And so the irony, I think I look around at so many of the conferences that people have, they're just huge collections of great people, but they're just too many.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think at the heart of Fred is really an intimate gathering. It's building a unique community that looks forward to seeing each other year after year. It's dynamic. We lose some, but each year we kind of gain new intelligence and new contributions, and I think each year it becomes more powerful, but it's always small. The one thing you can count on is that you're not, you know, that it's intimate, and so you really have authentic conversations, and I think that's restorative to people. There's just ironically, most every other kind of gathering of people in the field of leadership, they tend to be very large.
Yeah. We've both been to, you know, conferences where there's 200 people or 500 people or whatever.
10,000 in Denver for ASTD.
Oh my
last
God.
year. Yeah.
So, you know, we wanted something where relatively small group, intimate, invitation only, and that was more of a community, and sort of hand-selected people that we knew, you know, really cared about the same things, shared the same values, and would work together with kind of a shared agenda about what needed to be done, and would work in the 2.5-day Fred Forum, create an agenda and go back in their organizations and take action, and, you know, together help change the world in a way by improving what leaders in their organizations did. So if we had 50 or 60 people, you know, inspired to take that action, they'd go back in their organizations and affect hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of leaders. Now that it's our 5th anniversary, you can look back and see that it really is making a difference.
And it's exciting, I think, every year to think about who will we invite and who would have the biggest impact. And, you know, it's like preparing a meal for your best friends, you know, or inviting them to, I think of almost an intellectual, emotional spa experience. And you know, and yet within our spa, so to speak, we also, I think, do some things that expand all of our horizons. You know, the things that we've done with nonprofit leaders, the fact that we don't just stay in the confines of the workshop classroom or the hotel, but every city we go out and we explore leadership and leaders in the community, many of them leading nonprofits, sort of volunteer armies, so to speak. The fact that each year we try to figure out how to surprise people, or how can we bring in elements of non-traditional curriculum with, you know, the inspiration of music and of performing arts and cross-generational work. You know, the pleasure is really in the preparation, I think, and and the imagination of creating a forum that will, have impact beyond the 3 days.
There's a mix of corporate people, university people, military people, of young, next generation leaders. And that's just very special, the diversity of thought and perspective that comes from that. I don't know where else you would get that, and people really appreciate it.
Yeah.